Hi everybody, it's me, Mrs. Nelson from Santa Rosa, California, checking in again on Going Virtual, the journey of teaching kindergarten online. Um, the last time I checked in with you was week 3 and was still kind of rolling things out. Suddenly it's week 8. I don't know where the time has gone. It's really just flown by. Really, I sort of, once things got kind of rolling, I just got into a routine. Last time I checked in, I was just getting ready to start sharing. We were in what I was calling the third phase of Going Virtual. And I had pushed out curriculum, and now I was at a point where I was ready to start getting work back from the students and really checking in with what they were doing. And I started using an online format called Seesaw. I kind of shopped around and looked at all the different virtual classroom tools that you could use. I liked Seesaw a lot. And one of the things I liked about it was that the children can see each other's work. Technically, Seesaw has two modes that you can use it. There's in the classroom, and then there's the home mode. In classroom, they log on and they can see each other's work, and in the home mode they only see their own work. But I got approval from all the parents that they would not share it and they would only use it at home. So we were using it at home, but in school mode, so the kids could see each other's work. And I equate it to sort of like a classroom bulletin board where the students can stand there and look up and see each other's projects. We have very much, I'm into 21st century skills, and in developing skills in students of communicating and presenting and sharing their ideas and explaining their thinking. And that's a big part of what I do in the classroom. And so it was really important for me to somehow recreate that in this virtual experience. And so I would put up an assignment, and then the students had to present what they did. So they drew a picture and wrote a sentence, and they would have to hold it up and read it and tell about it and tell what they did, or go on a walk and find something. Or we just did this last week, a measurement activity where they had to make a paper airplane and then fly it and then measure how many steps it took and then present it and talk about it. I did math projects where they had to decompose a number and talk about their thinking and how many strategies they came up with and what they were thinking about. Here's my other office assistant. This is Sheba. She's another of my faithful office helps. Anyway, so the sharing went really well. I like that system a lot. And in fact, one of my favorite parts of it was students were uploading videos of themselves reading. And it was so informative, and I was able to really listen in a way that I can't do in the classroom in person, because 9 times out of 10, I'm sitting there with a kid reading, and they're reading their book, and I'm like, Joey, get down off the table, everybody come over here, okay, ring my bell, it's time to go. Like, we always get interrupted, or, I look away for a sec, I look back, and the kid's gone, where's Sophia? Where did she go? So that is something that I think I'm going to continue, even when we get back into the classroom altogether, that having students reading at home and uploading their videos was, I think, really a great thing. So the sharing has gone really well. So the next phase, and this is what we're doing right now, is phase 4, is assessment and grading. Pretty much the direction that we've gotten from our district is that we're not giving actual grades this semester, but we're just putting comments and just talking about what the kids have been doing, and that's really helpful a lot, because that's what we know. We can't grade on everything. We don't have all the data, and so we can just give feedback and information to next year's teachers with the information that we have. It's kind of weird. I went to school last week for the first time since we've been at distance learning. I was able to get into my classroom and just pick something up. And I went in and everything was just as I left it. I left things a little bit in disarray on that Friday before we went on spring break, with the intention of going in over spring break and putting things away and kind of tidying up. I just didn't feel like dealing with it. So like just the books in a pile on the table right where I left them. It was kind of sad too. The whole room is decorated for St. Patrick's Day. And, it's like just a classroom, interrupted, just stopped right there. And it was kind of sad. I stood there and kind of looked around. Tomorrow I'm actually going back in for the first time. They're giving us time now to work in our classroom. So we had to sign up for a special time when no one else is going to be there. But I have the day tomorrow. And I'm bringing back all the books and materials that I brought home. And I'm going to put everything away and kind of take down all the student work and get it ready for them to, I'm not sure, pick up at some point over the summer, or maybe there'll be some way we can get materials out. Next week is the last week of school, and we're doing virtual graduation. I had one of the activities this week. All the kids had to make mortar boards. I made mine out of an old calendar. I have chickens on it because chickens was kind of a theme this spring. The kids all are going to make a hat. And then I have little graduation certificates that I'm having the parents print out, and we're going to give them out at our little ceremony. We're going to read our What Lives Here book. This is a book that we've been making. Every week we make a different page in our Zoom meetings. So that was kind of our big culminating activity. But we're at the end here, and I'm really looking forward to the having some time off. I know there was a announcement from the governor a couple weeks ago where he was like, "Oh, maybe we'll start school in July." And you could hear in the educational community this collective groan of like, no, like we've all been working so hard. There's no way that we could go back and do this again in July. But of course the conversation is going on right now of what are we going to do in the fall? What is this going to look like? And I actually had a meeting with my grade team today where we were talking about like, okay, how can we start a kindergarten year virtually? It was one thing to have a group of kids that we knew already, and it was just a matter of like maintaining that relationship with them and teaching them how to use the technology. I mean, this is a group of kids that we don't know. And how do you establish a relationship with someone? But then it makes me think about when I was a child. I loved Mr. Rogers. He didn't know me, but I loved him, and so it gives me hope that, or like, I thought Big Bird was talking directly to me. And, the lady on Romper Room with the mirrors, like, I was like, oh, look at me. Did she see me? Like, and these are people that we did not have any interactivity with at all, and who have a fond place in my heart. So I can only imagine that having a video presence, you can make a connection with the child. And we were talking today about, starting out the year with maybe kind of a community sort of mommy and me kind of format, where the parents come to the Zoom meeting with the kids and they learn how to do that, and learn the routine, and learn the songs, and then we can scaffold it a little bit and kind of pull away some of the structure for them to interact independently virtually. But it's hard for the little ones. But that's it. That's where I am right now. It's gone pretty well, and it's gone so fast. As I said, I can't believe it's been 5 weeks since the last time that I recorded one of these, and I think that's a good sign in some ways. You know, I kind of got into routine and kind of got going, and I'm looking forward to some time off. That's going to be nice, and thinking about next year. What's it going to look like? So, checking out from Santa Rosa, it's Mrs. Nelson. See you soon.